If you've ever tried doing storytelling in your videos and it fell flat, or even worse, you don't think that storytelling applies to your niche, I got some news for you. It can. Austin Evans has millions of subscribers, but he knew he had to change because YouTube is changing. He couldn't rely on his same formula anymore, because if he did, he wouldn't be able to continue gaining the audience and his channel will continue having peaks and valleys. Or worse yet, he might even get passed up by other better YouTubers. And that storytelling was the best way to engage his audience. So be sure to take some notes, because this could change everything about your YouTube channel. When Austin first set out to try and storytell, he had his doubters. You can't tell stories. Your niche isn't made for this. You're gonna turn off your audience. You're doing great. Why would you screw any of that up? But he knew that if he wanted to keep up with YouTube, he had to make this change and take the risk. So he started off by answering the 6 basic questions to storytelling. Who is the character and what do they want? Why can't they get what they want? What will happen if they don't get that thing? What obstacles are in the way? How do they overcome those obstacles? And how does the character change in the end? In order to tell his doubters, fork off, he had to answer these questions. So how did it go? Well, let's take a look at the first time he did and see how many questions he answers.
Hey guys, this is Austin, and our Wi-Fi sucks. So you guys will probably remember our old set. But as we started expanding, we've gotten another office that's across the hall. It's awesome because it's enabled us to do a ton of cool stuff, build some new sets, have a lot more space, but the problem is that the Wi-Fi is now a straight up disaster. So that's where ASUS comes in. Not only did they sponsor this video, but more importantly, they hooked us up with their brand new Lyra Trio.
Seems pretty good, right? But something in his intro is missing. And that's the thing that most aspiring creators struggle with when trying to storytell. It's question 4, and it has to do with stakes. No, not those stakes. No, not that steak either. Close enough. Stakes in a story refer to, quote, what's on the line for the characters, particularly the main character. Stakes delineate what the protagonist may gain or lose as the story's central conflict plays out. Basically, when there aren't stakes, nobody's really engaging with it because nothing's on the line. After all, John Cena and The Rock wouldn't be as big of a WrestleMania match if the WWE Championship wasn't on the line. Okay, bad example. This lack of stakes may stagger his growth, or worse, lose the audience he already has. And this kind of risk is so common among creators that they might even stop trying to storytell. But how did Austin go about fixing this, and what can we learn from it? First, he had to establish what type of stakes he wanted. No, not those types of stakes. And yes, there are different types of stakes for a character. These include external, internal, and personal. External things are like an impeding storm, losing money on a bet, or even a meteorite hurtling towards Earth. Internal are emotions or thoughts that compel a character to act like anger, love, or revenge. Personal stakes explain what a character wants to do and why, like the primary motivating force. Backstories can provide a context, like a character wanting to catch a group of bad guys because they kidnapped his daughter,
are a very particular set of skills.
Or somebody did the wrong thing and decided to kill the dog of a really famous assassin. Now, most stories tend to mix these different stakes together. So, armed with this knowledge, what did Austin set out to do? Well, it led to this video. I want you to watch the introduction and I want you to try and identify the stakes.
Hello, my friends. I have purchased every Amazon product. Last time I bought every Samsung product, so this time I had to up the stakes. Literally everything that has the Amazon logo on it.
Okay, even though there were some external stakes, which was him losing money, why does this not seem to really work? One of the problems with YouTube is that these stakes aren't really relatable for a creator like Austin. YouTube is so much about connection. When you make videos that rely on the creator connecting with the audience, the stakes also have to be something the audience can connect with. Because even though they spend thousands of dollars on Amazon products, it's not completely relatable because not everybody is going to buy every single Amazon product. Also, it's his money. Does anybody really believe that it's that big of a deal if he loses out on a few $1,000s? But there's something else he has to also keep in mind. Why do his viewers even come to his channel in the first place? What is the point of them watching his videos? They want him for the reviews. So the stakes have to involve something about the reviews. His viewers go to him because they don't want to waste money and they trust Austin over anybody else. And they trust Austin to give them a proper product review. Chances are his audience also takes into account the product reviews on websites. But what if those user reviews are totally wrong? After all, if they're totally wrong, people might be missing out on an amazing product, or maybe even a more generic product that saves them money. Austin knew this as well, and with that in mind, he made this video.
Can you really trust someone who leaves a 1-star review? Well, today we're about to find out. We're going to spend a little bit of time purchasing some of the worst reviewed items from Best Buy to find out, are they actually great? Or are people trying to warn you and you should listen and not walk toward the... let's check it out, shall we?
Look, this wasn't about how much money he spent, right? These were about if the badly reviewed products are actually good. Because after all, who's the real character in this story? It's his audience. And what do they want? They want to get the best products for the best price. Why can't they get what they want? Because they're not sure that any of these reviewers are reliable except for Austin, who is the character who helps them get what they want by reviewing these products. After all, if the low reviews aren't reliable, they could be saving a lot of money and getting some pretty awesome products. Not only is there a monetary investment by his own audience, there's also another character. So how did this do? It completely resonated with his viewers. It ended up being the most viewed video on his channel that year. And Austin has continued with this formula since then. This has created a whole new, creative, and unique way for him to make his videos. And if we can ask ourselves the same questions when crafting our own stories, we could possibly up the stakes on our videos, which could be the key to making a story work in our niche and separate us from the rest of our competition. But this is only one strategy. If you need some more strategies and tips on how to grow your channel and level up your skills, check out this video right up here.